Good Monday morning. And yes, happy final 72 hours of our superfood push. Yes, here we are. Okay, I was telling people I've got my superfood sweatshirt on. I've got my superfood that's going to go with me. I'm just going to drink little sips all day long so it goes with me everywhere. And I'm like a continuous advertisement. I was drinking coffee out of my Faith cup. And y'all, this cup appeared this morning. I have no idea where it came from. It says always pray and never give up. Y'all, honestly, I said, Steve, where'd you get that cup? He said, I don't know. It just showed up. I'm like, okay, thank you, Lord. But that's what we're doing. We're going to always pray and never give up. And I'm super excited about our wins. We got some great ones today. And y'all, our best team win is that our dear Karen is coming home from the hospital today. So hopefully she'll watch this recording, but y'all give her a bunch of hearts, and let her know how much we love her. And y'all keep praying. I'm telling you, it just makes me want to cry. She has been through so much. And she would tell you that her heart surgery was nothing compared to what happened to her after the fact with this allergic reaction that she got from the dye that they used. Anyway, she's really suffered, y'all. And so continue to pray that her heart will heal, and that the steroids will not impact the healing, because they had to use a lot of steroids. So, but she's in great spirits. She is amazing, and yeah, she has lived to tell all about it. And we're just so thankful for her. So that's our biggest team win ever. Speaking of prayer requests, one of our team members who's not very active, but I do want y'all to pray for her. Her name is Laura. She's a young mom of two, and she's a new customer and team member all at the same time, and she has had her colon resected, and is dealing with that. And anyway, so please pray. She's a dear sweetheart, strong believer, and I would love your prayers for her. And they're waiting, I think, to see about liver involvement, because they were doing biopsies on her liver. So anyway, if you'll pray for that. And then other big wins. So we had a QSC over the weekend. The Karazinski family had QSC number 2. And yeah, that has been amazing. This was a 30-day QSC. So we are just all so excited and happy and proud of our Karazinski crew over there. They are amazing. And then I'll share one personal win I had. When Emily and I did the superfood event, my neighbor, who has been a longstanding Juice Plus customer, and I've gotten really close to her, and she went through breast cancer and has been to a number of events. And she got on that event, and she heard me say after we turned the recording off that we were going to give 10% off to all new customers who signed up by April 30th. Y'all, she has shared it with about 10 people, and has all these young families, many of them who were on Juice Plus when they were kids, because they were sponsored on the Children's Health Study Program. Anyway, I mean, she has just been going gangbusters, and she is a new team member in the making. So that was a huge win for personally. She'll be on Steve's team. So anyway, okay, other wins. Y'all, don't be shy. Let's really share the wins. And I think we have a new team member on the call today. Mimi, will you introduce John?
Yes, I will. Gian is here. She's not, she was just texting me. Gian has been a customer. Oh my goodness, Gian, I don't know how long, for years and years. There she is. Yay. At least we get to glimpse a glimpse of you.
Yes,
But
we're so glad you're here, John.
she is
Thank you.
if you want to say anything, you talk. You could say anything you want.
Well, it's really windy because I'm not walking my dog. But I have known Mimi. I'll just really quickly say this, hopefully before you can't hear me because of the wind. I've known Mimi since 2018, and that was because of my first acupuncturist I started going to, and she had Juice Plus, so that's how I was introduced. And then, unfortunately, my acupuncturist had a major stroke, and so she had to close her business. However, and she is doing okay. So don't want to leave you with wondering how she's doing. But however, I still wanted to take Juice Plus. So because she had introduced it to me and told me it would help with my pain. And so hence how I met Mimi. So because she was Mimi's, as Mimi and I joke, I like to say Mimi's supplier. I've even sometimes said, well, Mimi's my pusher, whatever is going to shock people, like, there you go. So, uh, anyway, my drug dealer, no, but anyway, and Mimi and I have grown to become friends over the years. And of course, God being the center, by all means, we became closer friends with God and then our love of health. So I'm going to be quiet now and go back walking my dog.
That. I love
Yes.
that. We're
So glad
so glad
you're
that you're here and that you're a part of our team. We're so excited, Gian. Thank you for coming on camera and for
Thank
telling
you.
us a little bit about you. So, Mimi, I don't know if you wanted to say anything else, but
Well, I'm just so excited because Gianna and I have, she's been all on everything Juice Plus for a while, and it's helped her health in more ways than one. And she has been so open to, we've done Zooms with her family and friends, and we've actually been lining up customers. So she's in the Strive for Five with all of us. So I'm just thrilled to have Gian with us.
mhm. That is so awesome. That is always a huge celebration whenever anyone new joins our calls. That's a huge celebration for our whole team because we love what we do and we love the people that we get to do it with. And we love welcoming new people onto our team. So we're so thankful you're here, Gian. And we hope you'll bring many of your buddies to join us as well. So,
Thank
okay.
you.
Yes, yes. Any other wins? I know y'all have them.
Well, I'll just quickly say something if you can still hear me in spite of the wind.
Yes, right.
So, let me see. So yeah, so I did forget to say a major thing of why I even was going to my acupuncturist in 2018. It was because of the sheer pain I was in. So I was so desperate to try anything legal and safe. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And so that's why I was even seeing an acupuncturist. And as Mimi has said, we've known each other over the years, and I definitely have spoken about Juice Plus with many, many people. I do get frustrated that there aren't more people who have signed up to start getting products. However, I just continue to pray about that. And within the next 2 months, I haven't told Mimi this directly, but I do plan, because I believe in stretching myself, to have Mimi lead, and I can, of course, say a few things anywhere from, I'm going to say 4 to 5. I'm not even going to say 1 to 5, but different health message programs, or for her to be a part of them with different churches I'm connected with. So I'm slowly but surely contacting people who are over women's ministries, like at different churches I'm connected with, and also the health ministries. So I'm excited.
Oh, John, that is incredible. And we just love your vision that you have to get this
Thank
word
you.
to God's people because most of us know that whenever we're in a situation with other believers for prayer requests, it's like almost always about health and the health struggles that people are having. So I love your heart for ministry and we consider what we do to be ministry. And so we're so thankful that you have that vision and
Thanks.
that you want to take it out and spread it far and wide. So
Yes.
you have definitely got the spirit of what we do, and we're so thankful for you. And I hope, this is a sidebar, I hope you'll come and join us in Waco for the Texas Boot Camp. Mimi will tell you all about it if she hasn't already. But anyway, a bunch of us will be there, and we would love to have you with us. And
Oh,
anybody
thank you.
that you want to bring too. So, okay, other
Thank you.
wins. Come on, y'all, don't be shy.
I have a win. I'll share a win.
Yes,
My video on. Y'all can see my crazy.
yes.
Hold on. Okay, I think I'm on. Okay. My computer's doing weird things. So I have a new partner. Her name is Carla. She joined the 28th, I think, of last month. And she has had an incredible personal experience. She cleans houses. She has a catering business. And she said she used to feel constantly sick. Like she would come home from work and just cry because she was like, Lord, I'm tired of hurting, like my body hurts. I feel like I have the flu, but I know I'm not sick. And she now has energy. She feels amazing. She went from cleaning one house a day to cleaning two, and then coming home and going for a walk and taking her kids to the park. And it's been wonderful. And she has been really, really going for this Strive for 5. And she's gotten 3. She's gotten a couple orders too. She's actually 4 orders away from QSC. And of course she needs a Partner Plus, but she is really just working hard. She is bilingual, so she has a large group of people who speak Spanish. So I can't help her with those, but I have connected her to Laura Morelos, and the whole Spanish speaking community. So she is in there. So if y'all could just lift her up to pray that she gets those last 2 superfood orders, because she really needs the financial help. And she is really trying to keep it genuine and authentic, because that's really where her heart is her experience has been so amazing that she's wanting other people to have the same.
Yeah. Wow. Kristen, what's her name again?
Carla.
Carla. We will pray for Carla. That is very exciting.
Yeah, she's
Very
doing awesome.
exciting.
I'm so proud of her.
Yes, I love it. Any other wins? Thank you for sharing.
All right, that inspires me to share about my team member Joy, and Joy and Carla should be friends because Joy needs 2 more for Strive for 5 and 4 more would give her QSC. So let's get them together.
Yes. Yeah.
Spend any time doing anything else. Sorry, my kids are loud in the back, but she got a Partner Plus on her team this week, her brother. So that's a win. And I'm just praying that she gets at least the Strive for 5, because she could do QSC next month if she needed to. But I would hate for her to leave that on the table as a newbie.
Amen. Okay, we're all praying for Carla and Joy. All right. Okay, who else has a win? We had a win in Atlanta. We had Travis Garza here, and my husband had quite a long conversation with him, and I enjoyed talking to him as well. And I know Sandy and Bill did, and those of us who were we had an NMD dinner with him and his wife. And y'all, every time I am around him, I like him more and more. And I believe more and more that he is just the right person for our company at the right time, and that we are positioned in the best kind of way for such a time as this, with what we have to offer people. So, okay, more wins. Nancy.
Well, I think it was last week that my son got Partner Plus, and he and his wife got to be with Sharon and them this weekend. My son and his wife have just moved to Atlanta area about a month ago, and this was their first event of any kind, really. And they got to hear Dr. Phillips and Travis, and I was just real excited for them. And of course, I got to meet Sharon and Steve, which is a blessing. I think Sandy, they said they saw you too. And so anyhow, that was just a blessing for them to kind of start catching the vision of the business. So I'm excited about that. I'm talking to them about Blue Ridge, and we'll see how that goes, if they can work that into their schedule. So
they didn't say no. They didn't say no to Blue Ridge. So yeah. And they're cute as they can be. So cute. So sweet, as we would expect. related to Nancy's. Oh, any other wins?
I'll jump in.
Yeah.
I was on a flight Wednesday, and sitting on my left was this cute woman who's got a 9 and a 13-year-old, and on my left was a girl that was 32 years old, and they both were going to DC for a conference. One was an NP in the bone osteoporosis world, and the other one was in the Ozempic world, about people that are taking the drugs. They both listened to me about superfoods. They both took Illuminate and a superfood. And so funny because Casey, who was on my right, was on my same flight back Saturday. And as soon as I saw her, she was texting me because she was like, I can't wait to chat with you at the airport again. And we thought we were sitting together, but we weren't. And she goes, I did exactly what you did. She goes, I put Luminate and superfoods together. And she goes, when I was sleepy in the conference, I drank it, and what a difference it made. And so we talked about healthy starts for her husband and her both to get on it. I told her about, the promo till the end of the month. And so she and I are supposed to connect later today because she goes, I need to get them. She goes, they were great. And it made such a difference in taking it and being alert and not sleepy, instead of me having a cup of coffee. And then my other win was I was walking into the Sky Club, and I seem to be at the airport a lot lately. So this cute man, Robert, who is in the T gates, and I saw him again, and he helped me do something with my Sky Miles. And I was like, Robert. So he gave me, I didn't even go into the Sky Club. I sat with him for 30 minutes in the front of the Sky Club, talking to everybody coming in and signing in. But Robert and I chatted, and he got information, and I shared Superfoods Illuminate with him, and he wants to talk to me this week. So 3 random people from who knows all walks. One lives in Indianapolis, and I did tell Casey, I said, I'm going to be there. I said, so let's definitely have coffee or wine or connect. And she's like, for sure, let me know when you're in town. So you never know, but she was like, it was great. And then the cute girl Paige was like, my mother definitely needs to get on this. And so we'll see where they all take me, but they were great conversations that actually I think might turn into something.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? Diane makes friends wherever she goes. She just does. She is that person who is just so open and warm and friendly, and who wouldn't want to be her best friend? And so, yeah, and that is answered prayer, actually, because we pray that God will place people in our path who need what we have. And that we would be bold and generous to share it. I mean, that is my prayer almost every day.
But y'all,
Yes.
all that for me to drink. And I thought, oh, I'll take a couple extra packets. But it was so funny because I didn't know I was going to be giving them all out. But I ended up I was there Wednesday to Saturday, and I ran short. Saturday I had nothing because I couldn't out to people. And so that was a good note to self to travel with them because,
Yeah.
when you're going to talk about it and you say, here, I want you to try it. So
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And that is so unique about this new product. We couldn't really do that with capsules. We could with the gummies, but we were trying to get people on the capsules. So now, yeah, it's such a natural thing to be able to share and to give them an ability to try it.
I'm drinking it in the afternoon. Like yesterday, I went for a bike ride and I drank it before my bike ride. It makes a huge difference.
Mhm.
It's a really good point for you to tell people, if you guys are trying to tell people that they're exercising hard,
Mhm.
drink it. It's almost like an energy drink between Superfoods and Illuminate to help you work out. And then you could talk about the complete for a post workout. But it is really a game changer if you're doing
Awesome.
5 miles yesterday, and it was much easier before. So it's
That is awesome.
here with people.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, a couple of announcements, and then we'll move into some sharing time. So, as y'all know, the Strive for 5, we're in our final, not even 72 hours, 11:59 Central Time, Wednesday night is when it ends. And so I don't usually support being out of balance with your work, but I think the next 3 days are probably worth being a little out of balance with your work on, to try to finish this really strong, and take advantage of our company's generosity. I just want as many as possible to be able to receive the generosity that our company's giving. So if you need help connect with Mimi, connect with me, connect with Sandy. We're all here to help y'all. Okay, the partner success box is amazing. As you can see, Emily put it in the strong, it's not the strong start anymore, the stay strong chat. So look in there if you haven't seen it yet. April 30th, a couple things end. That's the final day for the Blue Ridge Boot Camp tickets to be on their early bird price. It's also the last and final day for Luminate to be 20% off. So be sure to take advantage of those if you haven't already. And then Wendy Campbell has got a May 6th event. And if you are looking for watch parties, that's a great one. And I did put that in the Team Impact Facebook group. So you can see all of the events. Abby Nowlin is on tonight. I would really strongly recommend getting on that event. I'm just anticipating she's going to have some additional tips that you may not have thought about for finishing strong with the superfood challenge, the Strive for 5. So moving into the training time. So I really want this to be a time of sharing. And I'm going to kick it off with what I have learned from the new superfood customers that I have gotten. I thought Emily did such a great job with what she shared in terms of, you know, if you haven't listened to her 3-minute message that she made, it's in both the Team Impact Facebook group. It's also in our Voxer chat as well. But you really want to listen to that because there's a lot of wisdom in there. And, you know, I talked about doing a pop-up event that I still may do, but I analyzed where my customers that I have gotten for our family, where they came from. One was from an Instagram post that was a story, and that person was a previous customer who just got tired of eating so many gummies. A second one was from a previous customer who was on fruit and vegetable capsules that wanted to restart Juice Plus, and she was open to considering the superfoods, and she ordered the superfoods. The next one was a previous capsule customer who had been on Juice Plus for a number of years, but got capsule fatigue, didn't like the idea of eating all those gummies. The next one was a previous customer who loves the idea of hydrating more, and so she ordered the superfood. One came from a referral, one from a child who was a previous Juice Plus customer. She took it as a child. She was on the Healthy Starts for probably 10 years. And she saw a post on Facebook. So it kind of had Facebook involved with it, but she was a previous customer, and she is signing up as a team member today with Superfood and trying to get her Superfood orders for the rest of the month. Another came from an event, the event Emily and I did, where a husband who's been resistant to Juice Plus ordered superfood because he saw the event and he wanted to give it a try, and he liked what he heard and the science that he heard, and he wanted to give it a try. So did you see a theme of my new customers? They're like all previous customers, except no, one referral, but they're all previous customers besides one referral. So I spent a lot of time racking my brain because, unlike I think Mimi or Mara who has kept all their canceled customers, I didn't do that. I went through a clean out frenzy and I got rid of a lot of that. And so, but I remember people who've been on it for a long time. So I've got a long list of people that I'm messaging today. And I have a long list of people I have shared it with and given samples to. So I'm going back over all those lists. If I have time to do a pop-up, you know, in addition to that, I will. But I think it's harder to get a brand new customer from somebody who is having a first exposure. And so anyway, okay, who's going next? We want to hear how you got your customers, where they came from, your new superfoods, and we'll all learn from that. So who's going next?
I'll share mine. Mine's really quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of mine have come from my sourdough events. Every single one.
Awesome.
I was going
Was
to ask
it
you
a
that.
first exposure, Kristen? Was it a
First exposure.
Wow. That's
So-
awesome.
Kristen, talk to us about how you presented superfoods and the urgency.
So I haven't really expressed the urgency. It's really sold itself. During my gut health presentation at the sourdough workshop, I share about Juice Plus, and I have a slide that says we have capsules, we have chewables, and now we have superfood that you can drink. And I take one stick, shake it up in a water bottle, and pour it out into little mini solo cup samples, and they try it. And then we move along, finish our sourdough workshop, and at the end, I let everyone know if you have questions about, I have like a sign out sheet. And I say, if you have questions about Juice Plus, just put a check in that column. But if you're excited to get started today, you get to pick something from my basket of celebration. And in there, I have like sourdough bread knives and a scoring razor and aprons. And so most of them want that bread knife. It's just like a simple bread knife. You get 2 of them for $20 on Amazon. It's nothing fancy. But that really, for some reason, incentivizes people to get started. And I've just had a few that are into the liquid. So that's where they've come from.
Wow. That's awesome. And Kristen has been very generous and shared what she does in her sourdough events because she does the simple sourdough. And so if anybody who, I mean, I know a lot of y'all have already gotten that because I did pass it on to some people, but if anybody wants that, then let me know. But she does a strong Juice Plus presentation. So yeah. Yeah. And Kristen can pass it on to you too if you're on her team. So okay, who else is willing to share how you've gotten your superfood customers who have signed up so far?
I'm
Sarah,
willing. Yeah.
Sarah, awesome.
Well, I have 2 that have signed up with a lot of conversation or prospects out, but mine have come. The first one came from someone who was a breast cancer survivor, and she had a really hard time taking all the medications during all of her protocol during her breast cancer treatment. And I had remembered that. And so when I was visiting with her, I said, I think I have something that now would be helpful for you, because she was telling me that she doesn't take anything. And we were talking about uh, different medicines and things like that, and just different illnesses. And so she was one of the orders. And then the other one was my oldest daughter has just been so irregular with her taking of capsules. She's just not she's just, it's taking one more thing, and she's, or not taking one more thing, but just taking something every day. She's just one of those people that doesn't have that. She's artistic. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But anyway, the minute I showed it to her, she said, I've been telling you this for years. Why didn't you suggest that they just have powders that you could just take out and mix them in? So anyway, she has taken it and absolutely loves it, has been on it every day. And it has spurred her on to be, to work out, to start working out in the gym, rather than just going on a walk or doing things on her own. And trying to just fit that in. So I was really excited about those. I have been talking to someone who is on several soccer teams. So I'm wanting them all to be on it. The other person, I'm out in Midland right now, and we're here today and tomorrow as well. We've been here over the weekend and have been at a lot of games. And I've had 2 conversations with 2 moms that one, her daughter, well, she actually had a lymph node removed, and she had remembered, I feel like I'm talking too much, but anyway, I'd seen her at a children's event at school, and I just talked to her about it when she was having it done at Thanksgiving. And so she came up to me and wanted to talk afterwards and told me about her daughter who has a lot of health problems. And I said, I have something for you. So I'm going to send, I'm going to try to take, well, I'm not going to try, I'm going to take by some samples. I'm going to have to reorder myself because I've given so many out while I've been here. But anyway, so that's where I'm going, and prayerfully can get these in by the 30th, with the discount. How much is our discount? 20%? Is it?
Well,
okay. I couldn't remember if it's
go
10
ahead,
or
Steve.
20.
Yeah. Hey,
Yes.
Sarah, I was curious, have you shared with the
Yes.
athletes any of the stuff from Dr. Phillips? Just, because of his, just,
No. I have
just,
not shared Dr. Phillips. I shared what Sharon and Emily did with her, because
yeah,
that's her first exposure. And she was
yeah,
very excited about it. Well, she was on the call actually. And so
yeah,
then I sent it to her to share with her friends. She's the executive director's daughter where I volunteer at ministry. And
yeah.
so this is going to be a stretch for her. So I'm really wanting her to be able to get those friends. But that's
Yeah.
a great idea, Steve, to go ahead and
No,
share
I just
that.
with athletes, Dr. Phillips always has good presentations, but his presentation Saturday was the best, I've heard from him. And it really focused in on, he personalized it a lot, but in a way that was relatable. And so, and if you're an athlete, that experience of the Cobra team, maybe the European, what country is that? Austria, the Austrian,
Right. I think it was
but then also,
Australia.
yeah. And then the other thing, just, what happened with them as far as, recovery. But then he shared his accident and what happened
That's a
with,
great idea.
and then his marathon, his Ironman time after being on Juice Plus better, and he felt better. Just, simple little nuggets. And then the last thing is, I've heard it just resonated with
That's a
me.
great idea.
I'm going to start I'm not suggesting, I think
Yeah.
all that might be something you to think about with athletes. I think they can relate to that, is his thing about overtraining and not having recovery time and all that. But then for everybody else, I just, I'm going to try this next couple of times I talk to people who are resistant to Juice Plus. I'm going to use his punchline from his presentation, which was, okay, so you're making a choice, apple or the scalpel. And if you don't do this, you're going to be under the scalpel.
Gosh, that's strong. Okay.
I would throw something else in
Thank
there.
you.
Paul Stricker has written this out for me because I had an athlete who loves whey protein, and he was asking, like, what's the difference? And the way Paul puts it is, as far as protein, they're equal. You can get animal protein or you can get plant protein. As far as just protein, we're talking apples to apples, if you will. But he said the recovery component from plants is what you're missing if you choose the one that is from an animal, meaning dairy or whey protein. You will miss out on the recovery. And he said that's what's so key. And he said, as I talk to student athletes, and I'm the doctor for all these young athletes who have overtraining issues, I steer them to Juice Plus Complete and the Perform. He said because they need the B vitamins, they need the recovery, which you're not getting from other forms of protein.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, Sandy, would you stop the recording, and y'all know what your action step is, and that's go share superfoods, go follow up.